best photo from a trip where we drove over 1,000 miles was taken on this dinky little iPhone. And I didn't even take it. And yet, that's the best part. On March 20th, when we left the Airbnb in San Jose that morning, it was still dark. Our first day's mission was to drive 12 hours straight to Poland. So next day we could reach Seattle to see a friend first, and then the day after we're going to this little town I've never heard before named Tacoma. And then beyond that, we actually don't have any particular plans until we decided to go back to LA. This is a road trip full of unknowns. That sounds like me. When we drove past San Francisco, the sun was just about to rise. Between sky and the horizon, it slowly changed from deep blue to light blue to pink. We drove onto the Golden Gate Bridge. The houses of San Francisco Bay had scattered light on, then quickly disappeared behind us. Wow, that was so pretty! Look at the sunrise! Oh my god! Not much further ahead, the sun, like a half-cooked egg yolk, suddenly popped out from behind a distant mountain. Alright! After 5 hours of driving, we are still in California! Hooray! Until after 11 a.m., I saw a distant snow-capped mountain appearing and disappearing along the winding mountain road. Mount Shasta, right, very peculiar. In a place surrounded by green trees and mountains, there it is, just stood there so abruptly. Alright, this is the only camera I brought on this trip. So excited. Come on, this is one of my favorite cameras. Come on, Sam. Okay, we're good. And we remember to wind it on. Well, I think it doesn't really look as good as I'm looking at it with my own eye. But there you go. That's our first shot of the trip. God, look at all these bugs. I just saw the sign on the side of the street and I was like, ah, Oregon! And I pulled out my phone, it was too late. Yeah, so now we're gonna turn around and go film the Oregon sign. Around 4 p.m., the beautiful sunny day had turned into low-hanging dark clouds. The instant I opened the car door, moist air carrying the scent of grass just hit me in the face. I felt like I was floating in the air full of water molecules. Strange. I was standing at a gas station, but I don't smell gasoline at all. Okay, after 12 hours of driving, we are in Poland. I can't believe we're already on the road for 12 hours now. That's crazy.
This doesn't feel like a street.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's definitely one way.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Oh, it is one way. Coming here, we head straight for the manga store called Kinokuniya. Wherever a city has a Kinokuniya, we just have to go to see if there's any manga we can't find anywhere else. We've been to the one in New York, the one in San Francisco. This Poland one looks pretty big, right in downtown. But to be honest, at this point, I wasn't really in the mood to browse a manga store at all. From the moment we entered Portland, I have been pressed against the window looking at pedestrians walking on the street. Right before we parked, I saw a very tall and thin man walking past by. He's wearing this really tight jeans and a pair of platformed sandal at least like this high in dark and light green stripes. In the instant our car drove past him, I imagined where he'd got this particular pair of shoes and how he'd felt this morning putting them on. And I imagined there must be so many people complimenting his shoes when he's like walking those down the street.
Which one do you have?
All right, you know what?
These are on the
Alright, give me the car key. I'm gonna go take some pictures outside.
What this is? This is intriguing.
Well, by the time we came out, it's already too dark. And then after I finally stood on the street right outside the bookstore with my camera hanging around my neck, looking right to left, hoping to spot another interesting person, another interesting strangers to take photos of. The light was getting dimmer and dimmer, and then there is nothing. And in the end, this security guard walked out from the bookstore. It was already too late. The light was gone and I was already in the car about to leave. But I hopped out. I decided to gamble on it. 1/30 of the seconds at f2.8 again. Hi, excuse me, sir. You look so cool. Do you mind if I take a photo of you?
Oh, please, of course. Let me get rid of this.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
No, I would rather.
Oh, thank you. I often tell myself when I look at the finished photos, never to shoot f2.8, never handheld below 1/60th of a second. Thank you so much.
That'll be $100.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Yes, have a blessed evening.
But whenever it comes a time to actually take the picture, I always have this mentality of, let me just try. Actually, most of let me just try moments will end up becoming, what a waste of film. Like these couple of photos taking in the supposed to be largest independent bookstore in all America. I followed the sign and went up all the way to 3rd floor, and then I found the art and photography shelves. Here, I was lucky enough to find a used book that I've been looking for quite a long time. Then I took these photos of the bookstore employee who helped me found them on the shelf. I still had the 250 loaded in my camera. The light in the bookstore looks quite bright with my naked eye, but definitely not enough to this camera and this film. So none of the photos worked out. See, this is what I'm talking about. Those let me just try. End up being, what a waste of film.
Alright, we're gonna get out of here before we find more stuff to buy.
The next morning, we stumbled upon this tiny little diner. By the time we walked in and ordered, it was packed with locals having breakfast there. The food was really delicious, but my mind was somewhere else that couldn't taste the food. In my head, there's this little two-person just fighting each other. One being like, oh my god, the diner is so cute, and the scene of people eating breakfast there would make such a good photos. And on the other hand, the other person just keep being like, oh my god, but it felt so wrong to just bust out my camera and start taking pictures here because the diner is so small and it's impossible to be sneaky about it. That was the most anxious breakfast I've ever had. I anxiously finished eating and thought, okay, let's just walk outside and at least take an exterior shot of this place. But just as I felt so defeated, I saw this gentleman and his friends getting out of the truck and walk towards the diner. I asked if I could take a photo of him, and this one photo gives me a little more courage, and I walked back inside the diner and asked if I could meet the owner.
He's gonna go around.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sam.
Oh, Matt.
Matt, nice to meet you.
Sorry, kind of dirty, but
No, you look great. You look great.
where do you want to take a picture at?
Yes, you know what? Let's just stand like right here. Should be fine.
Is that good?
Yeah, that should be good. How long you been running the diner?
We're the third owners, but I've been here since day one.
Oh, wow.
My best friend's dad started it, and then he retired, and then my best friend took over, and then he passed away from diabetes at 43. Then me and my wife took over.
I saw so many like pictures on the wall.
That wasn't the plan originally. It was my best friend and his brother.
Uh-huh.
People just started bringing them in. This was like something that happened. This wasn't what I thought I would be doing. I was an electrician before this for 20 years. Yeah, it's nuts. I didn't think I'd be in little Woodland, Washington, running a little diner.
But I love your diner. Your diner is so beautiful.
Thank
and
you. I appreciate it.
all right,
Okay.
let's
Good to meet you.
have a good one. Thank you so much. In the afternoon, we finally arrived in Seattle. As planned, we met up with a friend first. When we just casually walk around their neighborhood, we saw people covered in colorful powder just walking past by us. And then we hear music. We follow the music and came to an open grassy area where we saw people just dancing and cheering, colored powder in the air. It was such a joyful scene. It's called Holi, a festival of colors. At first, I was trying to avoid the crowd because I was worried about my camera getting all dusty. But I mean, how often do you just casually walk into a festival like this? You know, 来都来了, we're already there. Let's just experience it and enjoy it. Hi, excuse me. You got so much color on you.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a photo of you?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Let me see. Where? Oh, do you want to stand like right in front of his white tent? Yeah. You're so pretty. All right, I'm gonna like meet her in line real quick. over there and ask him. Hi, Tiffany. Love your look. Do you mind if I take a photo of you?
No.
Do you actually mind like stand up here so I have like a cleaner background? Let's come this way a little bit. Yeah, I can take one, both of you. Yeah, right there. That's good. All right, let's get a little closer. All right, 1, 2, 3. That's lovely. Can I take one just you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
want to do it.
Let's have you just stay like right here.
Yeah, you guys ask for it.
No, we're out of here. You guys do your rest of your photo shoot.
All right. Thank you so much. Have fun. Now it comes to day 3. We finally arrived in Tacoma. We are right here. We're almost at the petting zoo. This was a very special Christmas gift. Coming to a petting zoo, the only one we could find in California, to spend some time with an otter. A real otter. Well, not to say my otter is not real. His name is Tata. He has been a very good friend of mine for many years. He is one of my favorites. All right, let's not get into that before I sound too weird. We booked the very first session of the day, so we got there before the zoo even opened. To be honest, before I walk in, I didn't know what to expect. I was so nervous and so excited at the same time.
Alrighty, and so what I'm gonna have y'all do is follow my friend Amber here. Okay. She's gonna get y'all going in the fun getting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, you guys can follow me.
After checking in, we followed the trainer Amber across the whole zoo and finally came to this outdoor area where their 2 otters live. We're surrounded by little capybaras. That's so crazy.
No more and
Oh my god. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to film or taking pictures ourselves, so I handed my phone to Amber so she could take videos and pictures whenever she felt it was appropriate. I think it was actually a good thing not having my phone on me so I could fully enjoy the moment. For a good half an hour, I just sat there and watched them running around, fighting each other, jumping in the water and jumping back out, and then jump on me, and then use me as a towel to dry themselves. All while listening to Amber telling me about their habits, what they like and dislike, their different personalities. One is more shy and gentle, and another one is definitely more energetic. Their names are Stella and Orion. This was definitely an experience of a lifetime to me. So, the photo we drove over 1,000 miles for is this. A snapshot on my iPhone, capturing how happy I was in that moment. This photo will forever be a reminder that the journey might be long, but there's always something worth going out for.
Hi, excuse me, sorry to bother you. I really look the scene you're sitting here reading book. Do you mind if I take a photo of you? You can just do your thing.
I really appreciate that, but I don't like having my face.
All right, that's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine. Thank you.
I've been a working photographer for many, many years, and now being a more of a wannabe artist kind of photographer, I'm always trying my best, chasing the perfect exposure, the nicely balanced composition, the just right lighting, and the most beautiful colors.
A book? Like a book?
Yeah.
You have books too?
No, I don't have it right now, but I'm working on,
Are you working on a book?
getting on, like putting a book together.
Like a picture book?
Yeah, or putting like a gallery together. I'm working on it.
Wow, that's really interesting. Yeah, good job for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't know when it's gonna happen yet, but I'm working toward that goal, yes.
And then sometimes I get lost in all of the technicality, and somewhere along the way, I forget the most fundamental purpose of photography is to capture and freeze the moment that will not last forever in my human brain. I have created so much with my cameras, but not documented enough.
Oh my god.
That is crazy. You've got them all.
That's why this photo is the best photo of this trip. It wasn't even taken by me. This photo reminded me why I took pictures in the very, very, very beginning when I picked up my very first camera. To document. And this is Sam. I will see you next time. Bye!